Ah, the mini-moto life. I'm no displacement snob. I like the mini-motos, my wife Brooke loves them. So much so that she is probably buying one. Stick around till the end of the video to find out which one. And just to be clear about what mini-motos are, they are motorcycles and they are considered full motorcycles requiring a full motorcycle license, with motors displacing no more than 125cc, funky styling, lightweight, made for practical uses like city commuting but also for having fun. Honda is the king of the mini-moto world with the Super Cub, the Trail 125, the Grom, the Monkey, the Dax, and the Navi, although Kawasaki does have the Z125 Pro, which competes directly with the Grom. Speaking of motorcycles perfect for the city commute, this video is brought to you by Eric Buell. Yes, that Eric Buell, the man behind the Harley FXR, Buell Motorcycle Company, and EBR Racing, a world-class engineer and pioneer of modern technology. And the technology he has turned his attention to right now is fixing the electric road motorcycle by addressing its two main shortcomings, range and charging time. The result? The Fuell commuter motorcycle, an affordable electric bike with the holy grail of features, an urban traffic conditions range of 150 miles or 240 kilometers, and packed with trick new tech. The horsepower is an A2-friendly 47, while torque, at 553 pound-feet, may alter the Earth's spin. How long to charge at a station? 15 minutes from 20 to 90%. That's within a stone's throw of filling up with gas. Performance, 0 to 100 km per hour goes by in 3.5 seconds, and top speed is a highway-capable 85 miles per hour or 140 km per hour, perfect for a commute through the urban jungle. Tech? Are you kidding? Eric Buell is the Chief Technology Officer. Patent pending on battery structure, wheel motor, advanced braking system, and components located to optimize chassis handling and power flow. The Fuell has more patents than Edison, plus traction and wheelie control, collision warning, blind spot detection, active road navigation, and a frunk, 50 liters, fits a full-face helmet and then some. And even though this bike has the practicality and storage capacity of a large scooter, it handles like a motorcycle with a motorcycle's foot pegs and weight distribution. Smart and made in the US of A. So how much? $12,995 USD MSRP, but the pre-order price is only $10,495, so you can save $2,500 if you head to the order page, link in the description. And from that price, you can subtract the future price of gas, oil and filter changes, valve adjustments, and chains and sprockets, since the wheel motor doesn't need them. Bonus for no chain maintenance. So check out the Fuell in the description below and see what Eric Buell has brought us now. Now, I've had a lot of seat time on Honda mini-motos, having been to the Navi launch where I got to ride the Super Cub, Monkey, and Grom back to back. Since then, I've had week-long tests of the Grom, Monkey, and Trail 125 and have gotten to know them well. I even tested the Trail and the Monkey off-road, as both of these models are marketed with off-road pretensions, and can tell you which one does better in the dirt and why. I will not be including the Dax or Z125 Pro as I haven't ridden them yet, and will also not include scooters like the Ruckus because they are technically not motorcycles. However, I am very familiar with all the Honda mini-motos on sale in North America and can provide plenty of insight into where they are good and what is good about them. So stay tuned for the full scoop, and if you like the content, please consider subscribing, liking the video, and sharing it with friends. So there is a replacement for displacement, and that replacement is called fun and ease of use. Honda has really dialed in its mini-moto lineup with some stylish and wickedly fun bikes which also serve as practical everyday transportation. In fact, the Navi is pretty much marketed as a city commuter and the least expensive motorcycle offered by a major manufacturer in the North American market. $1,807 American dollars and an incredible $2,453 Canadian, including freight and PDI. That is a ridiculous price, on the verge of being competitive with buying a yearly bus pass in most cities. In the first year, the Navi may be more expensive than public transit, but in the second and beyond, you just have to pay for gas, maintenance, and insurance, which is probably less. And you have a bike that not only takes you to work, but can also do a weekend trip, albeit on slower roads. Okay, it's not the most dynamic motorcycle with its 109cc carbureted scooter-derived motor only putting out 8 horsepower, and those horses making their way to the pavement via a CVT automatic transmission. But despite the scooter powertrain, the Navi feels and rides like a proper motorcycle with pegs that you can weigh in order to guide the bike where you want it to go. It handles well in curves and can even carry a passenger. I found the top speed to be anywhere between 45 and 50 miles per hour, which is 72 to 80 kilometers per hour. The fit and finish of the Navi reflects its price and is definitely less premium than the other mini motos. The gauges are simple and the brakes are drum and non-ABS, which means that you'll stop, it'll just take a bit longer. On the other hand, the Navi does have a sizable storage container for your stuff, is quite light at 234 pounds, and also being automatic, is perfect for putting under a new rider to teach them how to ride without the added complexities of shifting gears and operating a clutch. Now, a little birdie in the know once told me that the Grom is Honda's current best-selling motorcycle, and I believe it because you tend to see more Groms than any other mini motos out there, and there's a reason for that. The Grom is the most motorcycly of the mini motos with a 124cc 10 horsepower engine, standard clutch, and 5-speed gearbox. It follows your typical naked bike design with a monoshock and is the lightest at 227 pounds, fastest being able to run well over 56 miles per hour or 90 kilometers per hour stock, and the best handling on pavement. And like the Navi, it can carry two. Additionally, because of its sales success, it has the largest aftermarket and the most dynamic community. You can outfit your Grom for touring or even off-road riding, you can soup it up to hit 100 miles per hour, you can stunt it, take it racing against other Groms, and you can join huge group rides and rallies. The styling is funky and the fit and finish is a ways above the Navi, and for all those qualities it's fairly reasonably priced, being the second least expensive of the mini motos at $3,500 US and 4,600 Canadian dollars, a bit more for the ABS option. Of all the mini motos, the Monkey is the most expensive at $4,250 US dollars and 6,000 Canadian, and I put that down to the styling. It is the funkiest looking and has the most premium finish. It definitely gets the most attention and shares a lot of the qualities of the Grom with the same engine and gearbox. It is only 4 pounds heavier than the Grom and handles well, but not quite as well, perhaps due to the twin shocks or more likely to the higher bars and more backward situated seat, causing more rider weight to sit on the back wheel. That seat, however, is one of the most comfortable seats I've ever been on a motorcycle, and that's saying a lot since I've reviewed bikes like the Goldwing. The Monkey seat is wide and long with just the right density foam, not too soft or too hard. It provides the rider plenty of room to shift around and alter their position. What it does not provide is room for a passenger. The Monkey is rider only. The rest of the rider triangle is a bit tight as those tall bars are close to the rider, but at 6 feet tall I found it comfortable. Additionally, the Monkey has the distinction of being the most off-road worthy motorcycle of the bunch, a bit of a strange fact considering that one of the mini motos is named the Trail. I took both of these motorcycles on the same bit of single track, and while neither could be considered a dual sport, the Monkey did better in the rough. It is 25 pounds lighter than the Trail, is more maneuverable, and its standard clutch and shifting are better suited for navigating rough terrain. Additionally, its taller bars allow the rider to stand. The Monkey's main deficiency off-road is its lack of ground clearance and protection. If you're going to ride it off-road, put a bash plate on it. Now, despite the fact that the Grom is currently the best-selling Honda, it is the Super Cub which holds a far more impressive distinction. It is not just the best-selling Honda of all time, not just the best-selling motorcycle of all time, it is the best-selling motor vehicle of all time. That's right, cars, scooters, motorcycles, everything. There have been more Super Cubs sold, well over 100 million now, than any other vehicle, period. Why? Well, for one, it's absolutely beautiful. Where the Monkey looks funky, the Super Cub is sophisticated with every seam and tolerance beautifully fitted. It even comes with keyless start, all for $3,850 US dollars. Unfortunately, the Super Cub is not for sale in Canada. The engine is similar to the Grom and Monkey, but the 4-speed clutchless semi-auto gearbox with a heel-toe shifter slightly mutes the Super Cub's performance. It feels just a bit slower accelerating, which is down to the gearbox, bigger wheels, and slightly higher weight, 238 pounds despite only carrying a gallon of fuel, 2/3 of what the Grom and Monkey take. The larger wheels make the Super Cub slightly less nimble than its smaller wheeled cousins, but also more stable at speed. Again, because of its popularity, the aftermarket is huge and a 2-up option is available. Now, one bike that, like the Cub, was not available in Canada until recently was the Super Cub's more rugged brother, the Trail 125. But happily, Honda changed that this year and brought the Trail to Canada, and I was able to spend 10 days testing it earlier this summer, link in the top right corner. This bike is the off-road adventure bike of the Honda Mini Motos with its high pipe, off-road suspension, engine guards, center stand, and gigantic rear rack, making it quite capable and versatile out of the box. It is pricey, costing $4,000 US and $4,970 Canadian plus freight and PDI, but that's reasonable given the amount of standard equipment it comes with. Like the Cub, the Trail has a 4-speed semi-auto transmission with a heel-toe shifter, and because of this and its weight, 256 pounds wet, the highest among the Mini Motos, it is a bit more sluggish off the line than the Grom and Monkey. I also found that it had a slightly lower top speed, somewhere between 85 and 90 km per hour. However, its weight is centralized very well thanks to the underseat 5.3-liter tank. On the road, handling is excellent, and you can hold the throttle wide open and rail the turns on tight, twisty roads without dragging parts. So why did I previously state that the Monkey is the best off-road mini-moto, especially since the Trail was made for trails? Well, the truth is that the Trail 125's main fault is that heel-toe shifter. Whereas on the Monkey you can stand up over the bigger bumps, on the Trail, standing up caused my shoes to accidentally hit the heel part of the shifter and inadvertently shift gears. This got fairly annoying quickly, and I have to admit, if this was my bike, the shifter would be the first part I'd swap out. There must be an aftermarket tow unit out there that sits higher than the stock one so you can get your boot under it. Other than this one glaring fault, I have to say the Trail 125 seems to me to be the best bang for the buck of the mini motos. It's not inexpensive, but it is classic looking, resembling the Trails that preceded it. And like most Hondas, its fit and finish is impressive. It is the best one to take on a camping trip or have as a farm or wilderness work bike. It's not as capable as a dual sport, but it does well on gravel, dirt, and mild to intermediate ATV trails. I love the look of the high pipe on the one side and the intake snorkel on the other. It looks like it means business. As for Brooke, my co-tester, she rode it and began to love it about 20 minutes in, once she got used to the clutchless shifting. She has had arthritis in her left hand ever since her early 20s, and working the clutch has worn her down on some previous motorcycles. She has loved the ease and lightness of the Grom and Monkey when we tested those in the past, but the Trail with the semi-auto transmission really caught her attention. It's the only bike we ever tested that she has wanted to take out for a ride just because, and she went out cruising on it without me. So now we're looking to get one if one can be found, and that's a big if, as the Trail 125s generally never see a dealer's floor and sell out on pre-order. Ah well, we'll find one eventually. Everyone gets their mini motos for different reasons, and whatever yours are, you'll find what you need. For the ultimate deal in a city runabout, nothing beats the price of the Navi. The downside is that it's the slowest of the bunch, has the weakest brakes, and the fit and finish could be better. The Grom is the most dynamic motorcycle of the bunch with the greatest range, largest community, and aftermarket, and is the second least expensive. The Monkey is the styling king with a retro funky look and impeccable fit and finish. It is plenty dynamic with lots of character and the most capable off-road. However, it's also the most expensive and can't carry a passenger. The Super Cub is the most sophisticated bike of the bunch, a true classic, an icon, and a brilliant city commuter. In many ways, this bike did more in pulling Honda to the top of the motorcycling world than any other. And the Trail 125 is another iconic motorcycle. It is the most versatile and is adventure ready out of the box, although it is also a one-rider bike and a bit heavier than the others. A shootout has to have a winner, so the Trail is it, as it can do the most things well and, considering all the equipment it comes with, is the best value in my opinion. However, it may not fit your particular needs, so choose the best model for you. I'm not loyal to any particular manufacturer, although I do own 2 Yamahas. Every major motorcycle brand does some things well, and nobody does mini motos better than Honda. These fun and stylish machines have touched more lives than any other type of motorcycle. Whether it's someone in an overseas market who uses them as their everyday practical transportation, or some old timer who pipes in with a story of how they found one of the original trails or monkeys and blasted around on them as a kid. It's hard not to be taken in by these stories and not share in people's enthusiasm for these great little machines. They are easy to ride, affordable, and have brought countless people into motorcycling. Hopefully, Brooke will soon find her trail and make a few stories of her own. Which mini moto is your favorite and why? And if you have a story, please share it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, motor on, and may the spokes be with you.